I really don't care what happens to her at all. I don't care. Like, everybody they tiptoe around with this social media, but what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be consequence.
It was supposed to be a joyful moment. The kind of moment where everything else fades and all that matters is the tiny heartbeat of new life. Tayiana Taylor had just welcomed a new baby into the world. She hadn't announced it with the usual fanfare. No dramatic Instagram reveal, no magazine exclusive. Just a quiet, soft photo, a close-up of a baby's hand wrapped gently around her finger. The caption was short, just a name. A beautiful, unique name that spoke of strength, rebirth, and independence. But within minutes of posting, it was clear something was wrong. Because one person noticeably absent from the celebration was Iman Shumpert. Iman, the father of her first 2 children, didn't comment. He didn't like the post. He didn't repost it. And according to people close to him, his silence wasn't just distance, it was anger. Quiet, brewing, bitter anger. Because the name Tayiana had chosen, while stunning to many, struck Iman like a dagger. He reportedly told a friend, "That's not my family's name. That name has nothing to do with us." At first, fans were confused. Tayiana and Iman had been separated for a while, yes, but they had always maintained what looked like a respectful, co-parenting dynamic. They supported each other publicly. They were seen together at events with their daughters. It seemed like whatever pain existed between them, they had chosen to protect their kids first. But this baby changed that. And more specifically, the name changed everything. Sources close to the family say Iman was blindsided. Not by the pregnancy. He reportedly knew Tayiana was expecting. But he didn't know about the name. He wasn't asked. He wasn't consulted. He wasn't even warned. He found out the same way everyone else did. On Instagram. And that's what hit the hardest. The name, people say, wasn't just unfamiliar, it felt like erasure. Iman allegedly felt like the name symbolized Tayiana officially closing the book on their family, on their history. And while he knew she had every right to move on, he didn't expect to be erased so cleanly, so publicly, and so permanently. In private conversations with friends, Iman was reportedly hurt more than angry. He kept asking the same question. What are the girls supposed to think? That their little sibling is part of something totally separate from them. He worried that the new baby, with a name so different and symbolic of a new life, would make their daughters feel like outsiders. Like their family had been broken in two, and one half was being rewritten without them. Tayiana, on the other hand, stood firm. She explained to her closest circle that the name was intentional. It wasn't chosen out of spite. It was chosen out of healing. This baby, she said, represented her strength, her freedom, her ability to survive heartbreak and come out stronger. She felt she had sacrificed so much of herself in the past, trying to hold things together for the sake of image, legacy, or loyalty. But this time, she was naming something purely for her. To her, the name wasn't a rejection of her past. It was a declaration of who she had become.
But Iman didn't see it that way.
In fact, the disagreement over the baby name opened up a flood of emotions that had been building for months. People who've been around both Tayiana and Iman say their split was more painful than they let on. That behind the scenes, there were tears, arguments, long silences, and deep hurt. They never wanted to bring that into the public, so they smiled, posed, and posted like everything was okay. But it wasn't. And this baby, this innocent child, unknowingly became the line between the past and the present. Iman allegedly asked for a meeting with Tayiana after the post went viral. Not to argue, but to talk. To explain how he felt. The meeting, sources say, didn't go well. It started calm, but quickly turned emotional. Iman told Tayiana that the name made him feel erased. Tayiana told Iman that his feelings didn't get to override her healing. She reminded him that they weren't together, and this child had nothing to do with him. The moment reportedly broke both of them. At one point, Iman said, "I'm not trying to control you, but that name makes it feel like we never happened." Tayiana responded, "That's not true. But I can't live in the shadow of what we were. Not anymore." Those who know Tayiana say she cried after that conversation. Not because she regretted the name, but because she never wanted to hurt Iman. Despite everything, he was still the father of her children. Still someone who knew parts of her no one else ever would. But she also knew she couldn't go backward. She had finally found a piece of peace, and she wasn't willing to lose it. Not even for comfort or nostalgia. Social media, of course, picked up on the tension. Fans noticed Iman had deleted several old photos of Tayiana. He posted cryptic messages about legacy and bloodlines. Meanwhile, Tayiana remained quiet. She posted a single story, just a black screen with the words, "A name is more than letters. It's power." People took sides instantly. Some defended Iman, saying he had a right to feel included, especially for the sake of his daughters. Others sided with Tayiana, arguing that women deserve to name their children based on what feels right to them, especially when raising them largely on their own. And then came the twist. A few days after the drama, someone close to the situation leaked a private message. It was allegedly from Iman, sent to a mutual friend. In it, he admitted he wasn't even sure why the name hit him so hard. "Maybe it's not even the name," he wrote. "Maybe it's just realizing she's really moved on." That one line made everything clearer. This wasn't just about a name. It was about loss, about letting go, about the sharp, uncomfortable sting of watching someone you once loved build a new life and realizing you're not part of it anymore. For Iman, the name wasn't the issue. It was the confirmation that the family he once fought for was now truly in the rearview. And no matter how close he stayed to his daughters, he would never be the center of Tayiana's world again. And for Tayiana, the name was her way of saying, "I'm still here. I survived. I found something good, something beautiful, and I have the right to celebrate it on my own terms." Because now she knows, no relationship, no matter how passionate or promising, is worth risking her child's peace. Tayiana might still feel something for Aaron. Love doesn't just vanish overnight. Maybe she still sees glimpses of the man she once believed in. But that doesn't matter anymore. Not when it comes to her daughter. Being a mother isn't just a title, it's a vow. And this time, she's choosing her child, no hesitation, no second guessing. Iman, meanwhile, hasn't flinched. His focus has remained steady. Their daughter. He's been her anchor through the emotional chaos, making sure she feels heard, seen, and safe. He's not fighting for headlines. He's fighting for his little girl's heart. He knows the world can be loud, confusing, even cruel, but she won't face it alone. And Aaron? He's gone quiet. No grand gestures, no public statements. Maybe he's reflecting, or maybe he's just fading into the background. Whatever the reason, Tayiana isn't chasing him. She's done forcing things to fit. If he comes back, it won't be on her terms. It'll be based on her daughter's peace. Because what they tried to build was rushed. And sometimes, the cost of blending two lives is losing the one that matters most. Iman, too, has stepped up. He's been more present, more intentional. Those close to him say he's putting his energy into fatherhood, coaching, comforting, being consistent. He may not understand all of Tayiana's choices, but he understands his role. And he's committed to it. As for the baby, she's perfect. Healthy, glowing, and completely untouched by the storm she was born into. A light in the middle of chaos. Wrapped in softness, kissed by love, and unaware of just how many lives her tiny presence shook. She doesn't know yet that her arrival came with whispers, tension, and fractured relationships. But one day she will. One day, she'll grow curious. She'll ask about her name. She'll notice how certain people avoid eye contact when her birth is mentioned. She'll feel the energy in the room shift, even if no one says a word. And when that day comes, hopefully the grown-ups around her will have done their healing. Enough to speak the truth gently. Enough to replace shame with strength. Because names aren't just labels, they're legacies. They hold stories, carry the weight of love, mistakes, regrets, and redemption. Her name might come with history, but so will she. Because what matters just as much as the past is the growth after it. The forgiveness, the reflection, the choosing to move forward. not to erase what happened, but to show her that pain doesn't define you. How you rise from it does. And that's a story worth passing down. For now, the world continues spinning. Tayiana continues healing. Iman continues adjusting. And their children continue growing, watching, learning, and hopefully understanding that even in brokenness, there is love. And sometimes, the deepest love of all is knowing when to step back and let someone else write their own story. Even if your name isn't in it,